guys, we are here again at Nelly's concept to continue our discussion on quadratic equations. Today, we are going to look at the formula method of solving quadratic equations. As you have already known, ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0 is the general form of a quadratic equation in which a, b, and c are real numbers and x is a variable which we are solving for, and you know at the end of the day we always get two values for x. So when this equation is solved, that is when x is solved for using completing the square method, we will arrive at x equals to minus b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, this is what we call the quadratic formula. Okay, some guys call it the almighty formula. No matter what you choose to call it, it is what it is. Okay, but I believe the formal name is the quadratic formula. Okay, so with this formula we can solve any quadratic equation. All right, let's look at the first example today. So the first example today is we are asked to solve x squared minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. Okay guys, let's look at the solution. Don't forget we are solving for x, and at the end of the day we are going to get two values for x. Okay, and the two values are called the roots or the zeros of the function. Now in our first class we used factorisation method to solve this particular question. So today we are going to use the almighty formula, okay, the formula method to solve this particular equation. Alright, given x squared minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0, we have to solve this equation using the formula method. Don't forget that this equation is of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a is 1. As you can see, the a is always the coefficient of x squared. A is 1, b is minus 5, as you can see here, and our c is 6. So the next thing is to recall the formula. Then we'll plug in. In this equation, we are looking for the value of x. Okay, we're looking for the values of x that satisfy the given quadratic equation. Okay, so we are going to just plug in. Okay, and we are good to go. Right? Our b is minus 5 already. Okay, this minus is here. Alright, watch my pointer. So b already is what? Minus 5. Then we'll move on, plus or minus root of b squared, that is minus 5 squared. Don't forget, minus 5 will be enclosed in the bracket, squared everything. The minus 4 times 1. What is 1? A. Okay, times 6. What is 6? C. Alright, all over 2a. That is 2 times 1. Okay, that will simplify. So we have x equals to 5 plus or minus 5 all squared is 25. You know, minus times minus is plus. Then 5 times 5, 25. Okay. Then minus 4 times 1, which is 4. Times 6. 4 times 6 is what? 24. Then 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, we have 2 at the denominator. Then we proceed. We have x equals to 5 plus or minus root of 1. You know, 25 minus 24 gives us what? 1. Then everything over 2. So at this point, we will have x equals to 5 plus or minus 1 all over 2. You know, root of 1 is what? 1. Okay? Then, here we have plus or minus. So we will proceed to solve for x equals to 5 plus 1 over 2, or x equals to 5 minus 1 over 2. This is how we took care of the plus and minus. Okay? So we have x equals to 6 over 2, or x equals to 4 over 2. Alright, that gives us x equals to 3 or 2. Alright, these were the values we got for x when we used factorization method in our previous lesson. Okay, so it's very simple. So whenever you are given a quadratic equation and you are not restricted to any method, you can employ any method of your choice and solve your question. You will always get the same answer. Okay, so this is how the formula method looks like. Okay, let's look at another question. We have 4x squared minus 16x plus 15 equal to 0, We are asked to solve this equation by formula method. Okay, let's look at the solution. We are given 4x squared minus 16x plus 15 equal to 0. Okay, let me ask us, what is A? Our A is what? 4, alright? Then our B is what? Minus 16. Then our C is what? 15. What do we do next? We recall the formula, then we substitute accordingly, and we are good to go. Alright, so our B is what? Minus 16, as you can see it here. Then plus or minus root of minus 16 squared, which is B squared, minus 4AC, that is 4 times 4 times 15. Our A is what? 4, and our C is what? 15. Then all over 2A, 2 times 4, okay? And that gives us x equals to 16 plus or minus, of course, minus 16 all squared is what? 256, okay? Then minus 4 times 4 is 16, then 16 times 15 is what? 240. Then when we simplify further, we'll get x equals to 16 plus or minus root of 16 all over 8. Alright, then we proceed. We have that x is equal to 16 plus or minus 4. You know, root of 16 is what? 4. Then we maintain our denominator, which is what? 8. Alright, so at this point, we'll still do what we did in the first example. Okay, we'll proceed to have x equals to 16 plus 4 over 8, or x equals to 16 minus 4 all over 8. That means 16 plus 4 is what? 20. Then we maintain the denominator. So we have x equal to 20 over 8, or x equals to 12 over 8. Then, you know, 4 can go into 20 5 times, and as well go into 8 2 times. So we have x equals to 5 over 2 or 3 over 2. Of course, 4 goes into 12 3 times, and also goes into 8 2 times. Okay, so the values of x that makes this equation true are x equals to 5 over 2 or 3 over 2. So guys, this is just all about the formula method of solving quadratic equations. It is not difficult at all. The major work there is just for you to recall the formula, okay? Then you substitute accordingly. The rest is trivial, alright? So it's just very, very simple. And I believe you understood the lesson very well. Alright, before we call it a day, I have questions for you to solve. I call it do it yourself, okay? There are just 2 questions, alright? So solve these questions by formula method and drop your answer in the comment section. I believe you enjoyed this video. Kindly give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not done so. In our next lesson on this topic, we are going to prove the quadratic formula. Yeah, this one that some guys call the almighty formula, okay? So this very formula that we use today, we are going to prove it using the completing a square method. I know you can't wait. See you. Bye for now.